Namaste students. In our daily life, we measure the length of different objects such as cloth, rope, electric wire, etc. Isn't it? One day, Samir's father bought a new trousers for him. But when Samir wore this, there was a big problem. The trousers were too short. So he went back to the shop and this time he told to the shopkeeper he needs the trousers which are long. So the shopkeeper gave him some long trousers. And his father came back to home and this time the trousers were too long. Now his father was big confusion. So he went back to the shopkeeper and told his problem. So shopkeeper suggested him to measure the length of Samir's leg using your hand span. And his father went back and he measured the length of Samir's leg by using his hand span. So Samir's father counted the number of hand span, the length of Samir's leg, and he went back to the shop and this time the trousers which he brought was perfect for Samir. So you see, knowing the exact length of the things is very important in our daily lives. So length tells us how long an object is. So when we are knowing how long something is or how short something is, it is called measurement. So measurement is very important. Measurement can be done in many different ways. Now let us see how people were measuring the things in olden days. So this is the hand span. This is the length which our hand span can measure. So from here to here is the length which hand span measures. So using this hand span we can measure how long an object is. Now let us measure the length of this board. So one hand span, then I will mark it here, 2 hand span, 3 hand span, 4 hand span, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 hand span. So this board length is 15 hand span. So the length of this board is 15 hand span long. So how much is the length of this board from here to there? Yes, it measures 15 hand span. So this is how we measure the thing using hand span. Now hand span is not only the method of measuring. Sometimes according to the situation there are some convenient method of measuring things. And we can use our foot span to measure the length of the floor. We can use finger span to measure the things. Using the finger span we can measure the objects. For example, this is a pen. We can measure the length of this pen using our finger span. How do we do that? Let us see. Now, I will place my finger from here to here. Then, I will mark it here. This is one finger span. Then, from here to here, this is 2 finger span. So, this pen measures 2 finger span long. Now let us see another method of measuring. Now this is called cubit. How long is cubit? Well, if you start from your elbow and it ends at the edge of your middle finger. So this entire length is cubit. Now let us measure the length of this board using our cubit. So I will place my elbow here and from here to here this is 1 cubit, then I will mark it here, and from here to here this is 2 cubit, then I will mark it here, and 3 cubit, 4 cubic, 5, 6. So how much is the length of this board? It measures 6 cubits. So 6 cubits is the measurement of this board. So this is how we can use our cubit and measure the things. So hand span, foot span, finger span and cubit are very easy and convenient method of measuring things. But there is a small problem. What is the problem? The problem is that all of us do not have same size of feet and hand. They can be in different sizes. And that's why these method of measurement are called non-standard methods. Non-standard methods. What are the non-standard methods? Hand span, foot span, finger span and cubit. These are the non-standard methods. If you compare your hand or feet to the adult hand or feet, it will be in a different sizes, isn't it? So the different people have different sizes of hand or feet. If they measure the things, they will get different sizes of same thing. So that's why these are non-standard methods of measurement. That's why these are not in use. But what is the standard unit of length, or which is the common to everybody? Yes, if your measurement and my measurement are the same, it is called common length or standard unit of length. Everybody should have standard unit. So we use meter. This is a meter scale, or we say a ruler. So meter is the standard unit of length. For everybody around the world, wherever you go, 1 meter is the same because it is standard unit of length. Now can you see the line? Yes. Now let us measure what is the length of this line. Yes. Now from here to there, this is a 1 meter long. The length of this line is 1 meter. So it is 1 meter long. If anyone measure with help of this meter scale, they will get 1 meter. Can you see the mastics? Yes. It is too small, but meter scale is too large. So when we measure very small units, meter itself too large. So how do we measure them? Here a meter was broken into 100 small equal parts, and one such part is called as a centimeter. So 1 meter means 100 centimeter. 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Or we can write 1 m. M is a symbol of meter, is equal to 100 centimeter. We can write cm instead of centimeter. Cm is the symbol of centimeter. So 1 meter means 100 centimeter. This is the centimeter scale. Now what is the length of this mastics? Now I place end of the object at 0 and it ends at 4. So the length of this mastics is 4 centimeter long. 4 cm means centimeter. What is the length of this mastics? 4 centimeter. How to measure? Yes, we have to place the end of the object at 0 and where it ends at 4. So the length of this mastics is 4 centimeter long. Now, can you see the pen? Now let us measure the length of this pen. First we have to place the object at the 0, then we have to see where does it end. Yes, it ends at 13. So the length of this pen is 13 centimeter long. It is 13 centimeter long. So it tells us length of the object. So meter scale gives us the length in meter and centimeter scale gives us the length in centimeter. So when we talk about long distance, the distance between two cities, for example from Talapadi to Mangalore, we cannot measure the length of these two cities by using these two units, meter scale or centimeter scale, isn't it? Representing this distance in meter or centimeter resulting very long numbers, which is very inconvenient. So that people came up with another unit. So this is 1 meter scale. If there is 1000 meters, that is equal to 1 kilometer. 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. So 1000 meters were added and the resulting unit was the named 1 kilometer. So 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. The symbol of kilometer is km. So we can write 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilometer. We can write kilometer as km. So meter is smaller unit than kilometer. Kilometer is used to measure long distance. So the bigger unit of length is kilometer. Yes, have you understood? So what are the non-standard methods of measuring things? Yes, hand span, foot span, finger span and cubic. These are non-standard methods of measuring. And what are the standard units of length? Yes, meter, centimeter, kilometer. These are the standard units of length. If anyone measure the things with help of these units, they will get standard unit of length. So meter is the standard unit of length and the symbol of meter is m. And for the smaller length, where even meter is very large, centimeter is used. So the symbol of centimeter is cm. And for large length such as long distance, yes, kilometer is used and the symbol of kilometer is km. So 1 meter means 100 centimeter and 1 kilometer means 1000 meter. 100 centimeter makes 1 meter and 1000 meters make 1 kilometer. For long distance we use kilometer. So we have meter, centimeter and kilometer, and these are units of measuring length. If we talk about smaller unit of length, it's meter. When we are covering larger units of length, it is kilometer. And when we are covering very small lengths, then we use centimeter. Let us meet in next class. Thank you.